All right, so here we go. We're gonna make our fraction lunch. We're gonna first start with one whole piece of bologna. My boys like bologna. Do you like bologna? And so this is one whole piece. I haven't cut any parts of it, but I'm not gonna change it. I am gonna cut it, but I'm not gonna take any away. I'm just gonna cut them into pieces. So right now we have one whole piece, right? And so I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna cut it right down the center. Now, how many pieces of bologna do we have? We have 2 pieces, right? We have 2 pieces. I'm gonna scoot this up just a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna write it. We have 2 pieces of bologna, 2 pieces, and I'm gonna put a little line because that's our fraction line, and there are 2 pieces total, right? So right here we see 2 pieces out of 2 pieces. But I'm gonna start serving it up on my plate for Ethan, let's say. So he's gonna get 1 of those 2 pieces, okay? So let's look at this. Remember, we had both pieces together. Now, Ethan, I'm gonna write Ethan's name here. Ethan is getting 1 of the 2 pieces. So Ethan is getting 1/2 of the bologna. Do you see that? Remember, we talked about, before school got out for us, we talked about how the 2 on the bottom is called half or halves if we have many halves. So Ethan is getting 1/2, and that would mean that this piece over here would be Joshua's. And so Joshua would get, I'll put Joshua over here, and Joshua is gonna also get 1 out of the 2 pieces. So Joshua is getting 1/2 of the piece of bologna. So Ethan gets 1/2 and Joshua gets 1/2. All right, so I'm gonna put here Ethan, Joshua, they're getting 1/2 of the bologna. All right, next, I'm gonna take a slice of cheese. Probably should have opened that first. I'm gonna put it on my cutting mat, okay? And so I have 1 whole slice of cheese. Now I'm not gonna cut my slice of cheese into 2 parts. I'm gonna cut my slice of cheese into 4 parts. And I bet you remember that when we're doing fractions, they have to be the same size. So I can't take a piece of cheese and say 4 parts like this. 1, 2, oops, I gotta turn it. 3, 4. Would that be equal parts? No, those are not equal because these 2 are small and these 2 are big. Let me get a new piece of cheese. I gotta go right to my fridge. All right, so that piece of cheese, those are not equal. Those do not work for fractions. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna start over with some new cheese. And this one, I'm gonna cut into 4 equal parts. And there's a couple different ways we could do it, but this is the way I'm gonna choose to do it. I'm gonna go right down the center. Okay, now we have 2 pieces, but I didn't want 2 pieces, I wanted 4 pieces. And, whoops, let me move my cheese over a little bit. I'm gonna cut it again through the center like this. Now remember, I'm not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna try my best to be as close as I can. Now we have 4 equal parts, 4 equal pieces of cheese. And so I'm gonna scoot this up. I'm gonna decide how much cheese to give each kid. I want them to have the same. If I gave Ethan 1 and Joshua 3, that wouldn't be equal, would it? So I'm gonna, and then one of them will probably complain to me. All right, so I'm gonna write cheese, and Ethan, I'm gonna give 2 pieces. He's gonna get 2 pieces, and I'm gonna put that line because that line separates what he's gonna get from how many there are all together. If Ethan gets 2 pieces, he's getting 2 out of how many? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. He's getting 2/4 of the cheese. Joshua is gonna get the other 2/4 of the cheese. Okay, do we see that? So Ethan's getting 2 of the 4 pieces and Josh is getting 2 of the 4 pieces. All right, I'm gonna put those on their plates. Okay, so we've got the 1 piece of bologna, 1/2 of the bologna, and we've got 2/4 of the cheese. And I'm gonna give them a couple more things. I've got here, put my cutting board again. I'm gonna take some of these almonds out. Some of you know that I love almonds. I would eat almonds a lot at school, at lunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I'm gonna do that one instead. All right, so I have 6 almonds, and these almonds I am not gonna cut, but right now I have 6 almonds, and I'm gonna separate them into their own individual almonds. Right here, if we look at this, we see that there are 6 almonds, and each almond is 1 out of the 6. So this is 1 out of 6, 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 and this is 1 out of 6. But when I go to give them to them, I'm gonna tell you something. Both my boys don't love almonds, and so I'm not gonna give them just these few almonds, but just for this activity, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna say for Ethan, he doesn't like almonds as much, so I'm gonna only give him these. So how many did I give Ethan here? If I put right here, those are Ethan's. How many is that? I gave Ethan, let me write on my paper, scoot it up. I'm gonna write, almonds. And Ethan is gonna have 2 out of, remember how many there were? These ones were Ethan's, there were 2, those are his 2, and there were all together, there was 6. So we read this fraction like this, 2/6. I'm gonna write that word for you, 6. It's sometimes hard to say. Oops, I should have written here 4ths. All right, so Ethan got 2/6. I'm gonna put those 2 on his plate. And now Joshua likes almonds more than Ethan does. And so he's gonna get how many pieces? He's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 almonds out of 6 almonds. We would read it like this. Say it, 4/6. We would say 4/6. So Ethan got 2/6 and Joshua gets 4/6 of the almonds. All right, so today when you go to have lunch or dinner or whatever it is, look at your food and say, could I split this up in half? You don't have to give it to 2 different people, but you could say, on this side of my plate, I have 1/2, and on this side of my plate, I have the other half. Or maybe you could take something, maybe you have 4 pieces of broccoli, and you could put 2 pieces on one side and 2 pieces on the other. Or if you had, let's say, pieces of chicken, maybe you have 6 pieces of chicken or 6 chicken nuggets. You could have 2/6 on one side and 4/6 on the other side. And when you start looking at your food like that, you'll be having fractions for dinner and lunch and breakfast before you know it. One last thing. I think this is gonna be a fraction that they're gonna love. Whoa, check this out. That is a chocolate bar. Oh, how many? Here's your challenge for today. How many pieces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pieces. 15 pieces, and guess what? I'm gonna break them off here, and I'm gonna put them in different piles. I'm gonna put them onto here. All right, let me break this up. All right, so this is going to be Ethan's pile. Remember, there were 15 in all, 15 total pieces. This is gonna be for Ethan. And I think what I'll do here is I'll write our names on the top. So this one's gonna be for Ethan. This one's gonna be for Joshua, but in this house, we don't split up chocolate without remembering me. So Mrs. Carpenter is gonna get a few pieces of this too. So I'm gonna show you Ethan's pile. That's what he gets. And now let me show you Josh's. Okay, there's Joshua's pile, and here's my pile. I know it's kind of hard to see. So I want to know from you, you can put it in the comment underneath this lesson. I want to know from you, what is the fraction of pieces that we each got? How much did Mrs. Carpenter get? In a fraction. So remember, our fraction is however many I got over, that little line, over how many there are total. And how many did Joshua get? What is the fraction of chocolate that Joshua got? So his over the total, and then Ethan, he got that. What is his fraction of chocolate that he got? And then I want you to tell me, I want to know the fraction, but I also want you to tell me, did we get an equal amount or did we get an unequal amount? Okay, so that's your challenge for today. And then if you do fraction work with your lunches or anything and your parents take a picture, they can send them to us or put them on Google Classroom or on your Facebook pages or just email them to your teacher. Either way, it would be great. We would love to see your fractions in food. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna go and drink right now one whole, because I'm not splitting it. I'm not giving any of this up. Diet Pepsi. Have a great day. We miss you guys. Bye.